Hey beautiful people, welcome to Phifie'S Kitchen. It's still your favorite girl on the microphone. It's Ophelia. Now I'm so super pumped because I haven't cooked in a while, so for me this is like, okay, we're back on it again. Today we're making some fried rice, but we're doing this the Nigerian way. Now I know that of course you're part of the family, so if you're part of the family, you're going to give this video a smashing like, you're going to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the notification bell as well so you get to know when I'm posting the next video, and of course share it to your family and friends. For this recipe, guys, I'm using some bell peppers as you can see here. So go ahead, be creative, be colorful, just play around with it. You're definitely going to need some onions, white onions preferably. Now this is a chicken stocky based kind of fried rice, so that's why I'm using chicken for this, but you can go ahead and use whatever type of meat that you want. You can play around with the vegetables. You can use some carrots, I'm using peas, and I'm using some habanero pepper. I would most definitely recommend some sela basmati rice. It just worked perfectly with this particular recipe. As you can see, I'm seasoning my chicken so I can bring it to a boil and get some chicken stock out of it, which I'm going to need most definitely later on in the video. I'm going to boil this for about 15 minutes, then I'm going to allow the chicken to just sit in its juices until when I'm ready to use it for the rice. Don't forget, guys, to keep turning the chicken so you don't allow it to get burnt while it's cooking. So while you're cooking it and allow it to boil, keep turning it as well. Now for the next part of the video, guys, I'm just going to start off prepping the other ingredients. So you can see here I'm dicing the onions. You can decide to slice the onions, it's fine, because at the end of the day it's kind of going to just disappear on the food, but you can decide to do that. But I would rather dice my onions. I'm also going to be dicing the bell peppers as well. Some people might be very particular about how fine they like their peppers diced, so you can definitely make it smaller than what you're going to be seeing in the video. So just go ahead and do as you please. For the habanero peppers, this is really hot, so if you've never actually used this kind of pepper before, I'm just going to let you, it's extra hot. You probably might want to use some gloves when you're cutting it, but I'm kind of used to it, so I'm not using any gloves. And make sure you don't put your hand in there, you're going to burn yourself. Now for this part, as you can see, I've got the chicken stock that I want for the rice. So here we go, guys. We're going to start off by putting the rice in and we're going to literally allow the rice to cook in the chicken stock to get the flavor and everything mixed together. That is the secret to my fried rice. I don't use water. Some people use water with their fried rice, you know, they just cook it in and do it that way. But I like to make my rice, cook it in the chicken stock itself. And of course, fried rice is not going to be fried rice if you don't put some curry powder to it. So the curry powder is just mainly going to turn it to a bit yellowy color. So, you know, it's not just plain white rice that you're making, but a bit of a different type of rice. You can also use some turmeric as well, but I'm using some curry powder for this recipe. Now this part is actually optional. You don't have to put some fennel seed, but I prefer to put fennel seed in my rice, or any type of rice really. I really like to use a fennel seed, so that's why I'm using fennel seed. And as well, bay leaf, put some bay leaf in there, and I promise you it's definitely going to do a thing or two to your rice. It changes, it just adds a bit to the flavour. That's what the bay leaf does to it, so go ahead and add some bay leaf. Then go ahead and using some water for this. I'm using some warm water, and when you're pouring it in the pot, make sure that it's on the same level as the rice, because you don't want to have soggy rice or you don't want your rice to be too hard at the end of the day. Then cover this with some foil and allow it to cook until tender. Let's now get started with the chicken that we've done. We're going to be putting this in the oven, and we're going to allow this to cook for about 20 minutes. Or just cook it until, you know, the chicken turns a little bit brown, because you want it to be crispy and you want it to be brown on the outside as well. Now let's get to the interesting part of the video where we're actually going to be transforming this plain rice that we have, or will I say yellow rice that we have now, into the fried rice. I'm using sunflower oil, as you can see, but you can use some vegetable oil if you want to, but I'm using sunflower oil. Now you allow the oil to get heated up, then go ahead and put in your onions in there, and you allow it to just heat up a little bit more. I don't really like my onions to get too brown or too crispy. I'm kind of fine with it because I like to taste it. I like the taste of the onions. Then you bang in your vegetables in there and you allow this to just simmer. Make sure you put a bit of seasoning. I put an aromatic seasoning in there, so make sure you put a bit of seasoning as well, because you don't want your vegetables to just be plain. You still want it to have some taste. So allow it to cook, and then you get yourself ready to then put in your rice into the vegetables once it's cooked. Now, as you can see here, guys, I am actually taking my time. You probably will want to do this in batches. I did not put all the vegetables all together in the pan. I did put a little bit in the pan, and then, you know, put the rice, as you can see, put in the rice, and then off camera, I went ahead and I did the remaining one. So you have to do this in batches. Now, look at that gorgeousness, guys. That looks absolutely amazing, and it tasted really well. The peas together, the red peppers, the green, everything. Oh, you're making me really hungry. It was really delightful, guys, and you can definitely make this rice and have it for, like, you know, parties or birthday celebrations. Nigerian kind of, if you have like Nigerian friends or African friends, they are definitely going to love you for your fried rice, most definitely. And here you have it, guys, my very own fried rice Nigerian version. If you love this video, guys, don't forget to give it a smashing like, subscribe, leave a comment in the section down below. I would love to get to know you guys. Now, I'm going to see you guys next week. Thank you for watching this video.